Hey guys, this is Ray with PhoneArena. I'm at MWC 2014, and what I'm taking a look at right now is the Xperia Z2 right here. And next to it, as you can see, I have positioned the HTC One, HTC's current flagship Android smartphone, which is going to be replaced pretty soon, but not yet. So this is the HTC One for you, and this is the Xperia Z2. Let's do a quick comparison between them. As you can probably see, the Z2 is significantly bigger than the One. It's taller, it's wider, and all that kind of stuff. It's made with glass and metal, which is cool. And the HTC One has just, it has a different design language overall. It's heavily utilizing aluminum here for its whole body, whereas on the Xperia Z2 we only have the aluminum here on the frame and the rest is just flat glass. Both are great, both are beautiful, both are very exquisite, but they're just different, so it will depend on your preferences. Now, there is an important difference here when it comes to displays, but it's mostly a size difference, not a quality one. On the Xperia Z2 we have a 5.2-inch display with 1080p resolution, and on the HTC One we have a 4.7-inch, still pretty big, but it's definitely smaller than what we have on the Z2. And both are IPS. Finally, Sony has put an IPS screen on its flagship smartphone. It's actually a great display. I can see it right now. It's very vibrant, very saturated. But we're gonna need some time, when we get the final review unit of the Z2, then we're gonna do all of our tests and benchmarks and stuff like that to determine just how accurate and just how good it is. But we'll see about that. Now, from first look, it's a great new display, probably even better than what we have on the One here. But we'll see about that. Now, the software these guys are running, we have 4.4 KitKat Android on both of them. The user interfaces are pretty different. Sony is just a clean user interface, modern looking. It's a good looking, it's a polished one. It's just simpler, and more minimalist style. With the HTC One, we have the I was gonna say the touch flow interface, but that's not true. We have Sense UI here on the latest Sense UI here on the HTC One. And the thing about it, it has this a bit more of a old school UI approach with all those gradients and textures and stuff like that. It's great. It's a great user interface, I think. At least I think so. It's a bit different. For example, in the main menu, you're scrolling vertically, whereas here you have to scroll horizontally. But it's not a big difference, And you also have the blink feed home screen here for aggregation of news and stuff like that. As I said, both are great UIs. It would really depend on which one, on your personal preference. The HTC One probably has the slightly more mature look to it. But both are pretty heavy on the customization front. Phones, messaging, camera, all that kind of stuff is customized. On the HTC One, you even have the HTC browser as an added value in addition to Chrome. So in terms of camera, oh my God, there's a world of difference here. We have a 20 megapixel camera with the Z2, G-Lens, X4RS sensor, beyond camera technology, all that kind of good stuff, which makes the Z2, it made the Z1 take great photos outdoors, and we hope the same is going to be true for the Z2, though it was just a bit inconsistent, especially when you move indoors or at night. Now, on the HTC One, we have that controversial 4 ultra pixels. Sorry, these are 4 ultra pixels. No, I'm just kidding. They aren't that much different from the regular 4 megapixels. They're just bigger, and they're supposed to do better in when there is not enough light out there when you're taking your shots. So hopefully, you know, both will be great indoors and at night, but basically each time we've done a camera comparison, including the HTC One, you know, it's been trailing behind all the other competitors, and since the Z1 was so great in the camera department, we really hope the same is going to be true for the Xperia Z2. It's probably going to have the better camera of the two. The processors, you know, the HTC One is now 1 year old, and it's having the Snapdragon 600 processor, which is slightly worse than the Snapdragon 801 here on the Z2. There's gonna be some performance difference, especially in those heavy apps and games that you may be running on them. You know, system performance though is great on both, so there's not much difference in there. But yeah, in terms of future-proofing your device, the Z2 is the better phone, and it also has the better GPU. So that was our first look at the Xperia Z2 compared to the HTC One. Two great phones. Hopefully we'll soon be able to compare the Z2 to the HTC One successor, but we'll have to wait a bit more for that. But for more, you can get right now at PhoneArena.com.